What's good, everybody? Welcome to this week's edition of Grown Talk with Goddess. Yo, this has got to be like the most underdressed I've been. Why is this so the most underdressed I've been since I've been doing my show. I'm tired, guys. Tired. I've had a long week.
What you did?
I worked.
You only got 15 jobs, so I mean you good.
I worked and my daughter started going back to work again, so I was taking her to and from work, and this one's computer broke with this whole virtual learning bullshit, and then I have to go and get another computer and wait in line, and then they have a day at the school where you gotta go pick up supplies one day, and then the next day you gotta go pick up the other grade supplies, and I got 2 in the 4th grade and 1 in kindergarten and 1 in 1st grade, and they act like they know how to play Roblox and all that other bullshit on the computer and the Xbox, but when it comes down to counting 5 fucking dogs and telling the teacher how many dogs you see, that's a problem. I'm just extremely stressed out. It's been a lot going on. Then last night I hung out late. I get up and go to work every morning, 5 o'clock I'm up, and was up yesterday morning at 5 for work, and then I hung out late last night hanging with Delaney, and we were drinking some 1800 tequila. I guess what's that, tequila?
Mm-hmm.
I don't even fucking...
I mean, it's good quality tequila.
Know how I got home last night. Or
What's good, Prodigy?
recollect much of any of this day that I've had today. It's been a long day.
Well, I mean, that's the ones you can remember. I always tell people, like, you'll always remember, like, those hammered days. Those hammered days, like, you was throwing up, you was doing all kinds of stuff. You'll definitely remember those days.
I don't think I threw up, but I definitely got fucked up. That was the first time. I'm not a drinker, guys. I'll drink a beer. Maybe I'll drink a little bit of Hennessy.
Right.
I got pregnant both times I drank Hennessy. The last 2 times, and I just figured I couldn't drink it because I was allergic to it, so I stopped drinking it.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah, I'm allergic to Hennessy. I can't drink it. But this 1800 last night, I don't think it's wise to go from not ever drinking to drinking that.
How many? What you had? A couple of shots, a couple of glasses.
We had like a bottle like this big.
Right.
And we finished the entire bottle.
It's smooth though. I mean, it's still tequila, but it's not like one of those you gotta scrunch your face up to drink it.
No.
So yeah, it's a good quality tequila.
It was good. It's just I don't like the way tequila makes you feel the next day, and evidently it does something to my face too because Truth told me I look different today.
Well, I mean, maybe that's the reason why. I didn't know that you went out, hanging out.
I was on a sexcapade.
All night long and stuff. Drinking and stuff, so
Yes. That's how I spent my Friday night. Probably how I'll spend my Saturday night too.
Well, at least you're getting some. I remember this time last year you were frustrated.
I know.
So it's a good thing.
It's
Progress, young lady, progress.
Yeah, it's an excellent thing. I think that's the counseling coming into play.
Hey, it works, yo. You got 2 people that are willing to be totally open and honest. Yeah, it works.
Yeah, absolutely. Other than that, pretty slow week with everything else. Oh my God. Did you hear about Odell Beckham?
Yes, I did.
I
think it was the person who said it.
Chief Keef's baby mother?
Yeah, she is
a mess.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. You have women that are smuts. This is something bigger. I would have put her in a category.
One of my friends tagged me in a picture on Facebook of the 3 of them. It seemed like the 2 girls.
Yeah, you posted. It was with well, all 3 of them sleep with. All they do is sleep with rappers and NBA superstars. That's what they do.
They're known for that.
They're known, especially the main one I was talking. I forgot her name. Oh gosh, I was just talking about her. Celia, whatever her name is.
Yeah.
She's the main one.
They're not even all that pretty.
Well, I mean, she's good at what she does because everybody, even though like she exposed a lot of people, dudes still DMing her to smash.
Okay, all right. So, but yeah, allegedly he likes to get shitted on. And I wanted to do a show topic, and I guess I'll announce what I'm going to be doing next week because the more I think about this, the more I could definitely make a show topic out of this. But just to think about some of the things that some of us find amusing, sex wise.
So amusing or like fetish wise?
Fetish
Okay,
wise.
okay. Fetishes, okay.
You know, some things that people need to do in order to like get themselves off or to, you know, it's
Yeah, they got some unique stuff, man. Like I say, got people with foot fetishes and
yeah.
all type of things, you know.
Some guys like to watch women pee, you know.
Yeah, it's a big one.
Yeah. Evidently, Odell likes to get shitted on. That's the second time.
That's unique. I mean, I've known people who like it to have it done. I've heard it, like, you know, people say it before, but I've never really like ran across. I mean, it's not my cup of tea, and I have issues. But you know, not that.
I posted
the fact that she said he told her not to take a shower for a week.
Yeah.
That kind of like Negro.
I know a guy. Seriously, I know a guy who has a fetish for rank ass. Like he likes to put his face in between ass that has not been washed.
Yeah, I almost threw up, but I feel him.
He likes the smell of rank ass.
Right.
You know, he one of them people that you get up at a party and he be sniffing your seat type shit. And that's what he gets his.
Hey, like I said, if it's your cup of tea, it's not for me. But if that's what gets you off, and you find someone who's willing, because that young lady was saying that, you know, she was unable to do it. Maybe it was nervous or the fact that, you know,
can't go on demand.
Well, I think it was the fact that it caught her off guard. I mean, as freaky as she is, and she admits she is, the fact that someone's like, yo, shit on me, kind of like, you know, he ain't say, let me fuck you in the ass, lick my ass. He's like, I need you to take your ass and shit on me. That'll, you know, take people like, oh, shit, whoa, okay. I wasn't ready for that.
Yeah. So, I mean, I wanted to bring it to the
Should have took it to White Castles or something, but get.
I wanted to bring it to Facebook's attention.
Yeah, find out fetish should be a good one.
Yeah, if anybody has ever personally been with someone who required some kinky shit in order to get off, you know, I have. I got a lot of crazy stories, but we'll save that for next week.
Sounds good.
We'll save that for next week. That's gonna be a good one. All right, so moving right along, I wanted to have the actual guest who I based this entire post on Facebook on my show. And I'm going to be reading some of the comments off of his actual page, even though I'll choose to keep him anonymous, only because when I asked him several times if he wanted to come, he either just didn't respond or...
I mean, unfortunately, you have, you know, people who, you know, they're not... want everybody to know their business, but they want everybody to know their business because you'll post it on social media. And, you know, once it's on the internet, it's out. So, you know.
Mm-hmm. So, I was on Facebook about 2 weeks ago, and I had noticed that he had posted up a topic where he was saying he can't, like, women are bitches, basically because he can't understand why a woman will not understand that he lives with the mother of his child, but he's only there to co-parent, and he doesn't understand why he's not taken seriously, you know, by women. He can't understand why he can't find somebody who's willing to be with him despite this fact.
Right.
And even though I have been in a situation where I've lived with both of the fathers of my kids under one roof.
Right.
And, you know, we were doing it all, like, we were really, like, living together for, like, a good year. You know, and it was, like, the best of both worlds for me because I had help with the other kids with their dad. And then I was with Henry, who at the time I had just had our second with.
Right.
So, it worked out, but it was a situation where, you know, we were all together, and my other baby's father knew I was with Henry, you know, and he had no place else to go. I didn't want to see him out on the street.
Was you fucking both of them though?
No. Nope. nope, 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 nope. I've never fucked any of the guys that I allowed to live with me while I was living with Henry.
Okay.
But I had a couple of them there only because he wasn't helping me pay the bills, and you know,
That's a unique situation.
I've had them. I've had two situations, where I've had one of my friends who was desperate for a place to stay at the time come live with me in my house with all of my kids and Henry. And that was 2 years. Leroy lived with us, and then I had another situation, which was the last situation, where one of my brother's friends had just came home from. He had just came home from college, and he needed like a place to stay for a couple of months. So I let him come and stay. He's a young kid, but he had a crack addiction, and I didn't know that. So he was selling our food for crack, and
Nigga, when you wake up in the morning and the pork chops is missing, you know something up. Like,
yo,
nigga, I ain't cooked the pork chops last night, did I?
yo, I have never. We were missing food, and we had no idea. Like, where the fuck? Like, who?
I give him credit though, cause he didn't sell TVs and shit that
Nope.
you would notice.
Nope.
That motherfucker selling food that you
Food.
thought one of the kids had ate. So he's smart, intelligent.
Mhm. He was selling our food, and at the time, I used to also buy like toothpaste in bulk, mouthwash in bulk. I used to have like 7, 8, 9.
Yeah, you got it. You got kids. Yeah, you
right.
got it.
Of toothpaste. And
Save money.
He was selling that shit too. So like it was crazy. But I posted up this scenario on Facebook, and I wanted to see what people thought about it. Ladies, you meet the perfect man. He has a great job. He's a good dad from what you can see. Only thing is that he lives with his children's mother. Can you see past that? Fellas, could you be with the woman that lives with the father of her kids and trust that the previous situation is over? Chime in. This post is inspired by one of my male friends that lives with his baby mother and wants to know why women he meets, he wants women to meet, he meets to understand his situation. His defense to this is, he's there in the house because, number one, he has a son, with her, a very young son, and it seems she works, he doesn't, and he's more involved with, like making sure that on a daily.
He's the house mom.
He's the house bitch, which was what I used to call Henry when I used to get up and work and was pregnant with the kids. I would come home to a meal. I would come home to all the clothes being washed.
Why you gotta be a bitch?
He was a house bitch. He was like we did a role reversal instead of.
Right, but why you gotta be a lot of women who stay home. We don't call y'all stay home bitches. No, I mean it's harder to stay home and take care of the kids than it is to actually go and work.
Listen, he used to be home getting high all day off of my paycheck. And those are straight facts. I swear to God.
Ain't nothing wrong
My
with that.
little sister came because we lived in a 2-family house in Hackensack on Lodi Street. And I lived upstairs, and my sister lived downstairs. She pulled up one day in the driveway. My daughter's standing outside in front of the house eating deodorant. You know how hungry a kid got to be, number one, to eat deodorant. And number two, where was Henry while my kid walked out of the house?
Well, I ain't got no excuses for him with that. Well, you need your ass whipped, homie.
Exactly.
But, yeah. Well, let me go to the comments, and I definitely got an opinion on this one.
All right. Shout out to Dave Myrie. He said no.
He's going to get a lot of those.
For Lauren Mitchell, shout out to her. She said, for me, it's a hell no. I wrote, he believes being in the home with her is good for their kid. But what people don't realize is a child needs to see and feel love from both parents if they're just roommates. It's more confusing for the child. I've been there, trust me. And to elaborate a little bit more on what I meant by that is, if you're saying or giving the excuse that you're living in the house still with the mother of your children, but you're not sleeping in the same bed, you're arguing, you're fighting in front of the kid, they're not seeing a connection with their mother and father. It's just as, you might as well just not be there at all. It's not anything that they're learning from. It's not anything, what are you going to take that with you when you grow up? I seriously believe ain't none of my baby fathers ever proposed to me or want to marry me because none of their motherfucking mothers was married. So they grew. So they grew up where, their mothers was used to playing house. And in their mind, they were like, okay, well, if we can have kids with this girl and, whatever. But that was what that's what that situation. Lauren came back and said that she understands where he's coming from as far as he's being in the house. But I could never date a man with kids who wasn't an awesome father. But part of embracing my adulthood is knowing my triggers. And this isn't something I'd personally be comfortable with. She said, so rather than me pretend to be cool with certain things, I'm just going to avoid it altogether because I'm going to do is resent you later, which is true. That's what ended up happening. Lashia Perkins, she said no. Man Holloway, he said nope, is expert level simping. Hell yeah. Shout out to Truth, sitting across from me with the big computer in front of his face, so I can't see him. But I hear him
the Band-Aid, the rubber band.
The rubber band on his. He got a little beard that hang down like this. He got a little rubber band twisted all the way down. It's so him though. Just real quick, I remember when I first met him years ago. I used to think he had like this whole PM Dawn type vibe.
I've heard that a lot though. I've heard
really?
That, yeah. Especially because I always have my hair out and stuff.
Yeah. I always thought that about him. Like when I met him at the key shop years ago. But anyway, Truth was the only person I think on this entire post that said that he would be okay with being with a woman who lives with the father of her kids.
Absolutely.
And he would take their relationship 100% serious. So if he can elaborate, so then I can say my 2 cents.
You want me to? You want? All right.
Yes.
Here's what I tell people when it comes to relationships. You have people, like we always talk about the scenario where it's like, oh, well, you didn't come straight home, you must have been cheating. And it's mostly the guys that come straight home that are cheating is because they're fucking during lunch.
Yo.
Facts.
Yo.
Dead serious facts. But at the end of the day, when you're in a relationship, you're trusting a person. And I've met people that have lied to me about the littlest of things. So for someone to be open and honest, now I'm not saying that either party won't still be having sex, but it's a situation to where if you guys can overcome that and that person's, both parties still be true to each other, there's nothing you two won't be able to accomplish as a relationship.
Yeah, you know she's going to be fucking...
Not really. I mean, this is what I say. Like, there are some situations. Like back when I was dating my son's mother, downstairs from us was a couple. All right, they had kids. One of the kids was his. Two of the kids was his. One of them wasn't. And they lived together because it was financially better for them. Mm-hmm. But they both lived separate lives. Mm-hmm. But I mean, it kind of somewhat it backfired. Because, like, when she wanted to have dudes over, it was cool. The moment he wanted to have girls over, it was a little problem. But other than the jealousy there, but other than that, them two didn't want each other at all. Like, I mean, either one could have been in front of each other butt-ass naked, and neither one of them would want any parts of the other person.
To them, why get jealous if he wants to have a female to the house?
It's just what women do. Women do jealous shit. But it's just more lines. What I'm saying is, like, you have two people in a house that are not going to sleep together. They don't get along. But they're doing it for the sake of the kids as far as financially. So when you have someone that doesn't have a great abundance of money in the first place, and then you take that and you stretch it between multiple households, you take from the kids. Instead of keeping it in, okay, you got your own room, I got my own room, kids got their own room, we got food, the rent is paid, you live your life, I live my life. So it really all depends about financial. Now, if someone tell you they staying there for the sake of the kids, they lying.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Don't believe that one. But it's a financial thing. It's a financial thing. Again, he doesn't have a job. All right, she works, so obviously her finances is big enough to pay all the bills.
No. They live there with her mother.
Oh fuck no! Get the fuck out of here. You didn't say that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Didn't say that.
In his case, he's living there with his baby mother's mother and his baby mother.
Oh, fuck no. No. Sorry, homie. As soon as she said that, you lost me. Because my thing is, like I said, when you try to stretch a finance, because I think you have a lot of parents that do this. They may not speak up about it, but you have a lot of parents that do this. As far as, all right, well, why should I go out and spend another $2,000 for a place with utilities and cable and all this other stuff, and still gotta go back and forth to work? And okay, well, now depending on the child, the age of the child, then we gotta go half and half on daycare or this or that. So again, all right, so we got a nice spot, more than 3 bedrooms, 2 bed, whatever. All right, kid got their room, you got yours, I got mine, and we just live. Mm-hmm. So we really have to see the relationship between the two. Okay. It can't be straight hate, because straight hate leads into fucking. Yeah, I saw your face. It does.
Yo, what?
Straight hate leads to fucking.
Why? Because, listen, I thought about it. When you said that, I wanted to frown upon it for a second, then I thought about it.
Yeah, straight hate leads to fucking. Okay. So it has to, again, them two, they didn't hate each other. They just didn't fuck with each other. But what they did for the sake of the kids. And I would have never thought, without actually seeing it work, that it could work. But again, it takes strong individuals. Mm-hmm. But you have some people who are so worried that they're not enough enough for that person, that person would go out there and get someone else. Because you have people who you lay down to the same person every night, and that person's still fucking somebody else.
Yo.
So, what I'm saying?
That just be the way men think, man.
That's the way women think too.
Nah, man. Listen.
Women want majority of women always want their guys to be in their fucking pocket. Where you going? What you doing? Why this? How come that? And you wonder why you kind of turn men off. We had parents already. We're out the house. We're grown now. Mm-hmm. But it can work. It just takes strong individuals, because a lot of people in relationships think if I avoid certain scenarios, that person's not going to cheat. And it's the furthest from the truth. I've been on both sides of the spectrum, going straight home, not cheating, going straight home, cheating. To coming home whenever the fuck I want to, not cheating, to coming home when the fuck because I'm cheating. So it really depends on you and the person's relationship. When I first got married, I had tunnel vision. I didn't see any other woman but my wife.
Oh.
You know what I mean? And that's how it was until my friend fucked that up, but it is what it is. Yeah, well, my friend is an asshole. My wife went away to visit her friend in Boston, and I just had a friend who, this is just him. It's stupid. He did stupid shit like play with condoms. And he left one there. And once the condom sits out for a while, it looks like it was used. So she thought I slept with someone. Oh. And the fact that I'm a proclaimed, I let her know my entire past, my entire history, and she just couldn't get over that, which pretty much broke us up. But at the end of the day, if I'm giving you everything, it don't matter, and she knew the person was a dumbass. But I guess she just couldn't come from that. So, you got to come to the point to where you got to trust the person you with. They're either going to do it or they're not going to do it.
Listen, man. Here's my thing.
Yes.
I was in this situation personally.
Right.
A lot of situations I tend to want to, talk on. I've been in,
right.
or I'm in. I was living with my baby's father, and I was trying to pursue another deep relationship with somebody else, and I found it hard. Not only I probably could have hid it from him. It probably wouldn't have been anything I needed to tell him.
Right.
However, privacy in the house and having the baby father, that's hating and yelling shit in the background and wanting it to be known that he was there 100%. Listen, I'm gonna let you fuck with my baby mother, the mother of my children, who I live with, but let you call her after 9 o'clock, and I'm gonna be in the background making fucking noises and letting them know like I'm the nigga in this house.
That's a pride shit right there.
I couldn't deal with it.
That's definitely a pride shit right there.
Yeah. My baby father, well, Henry, has ran off so many potential men that I've had because of that situation. I was where my friend is now, where I was looking for somebody and I'm like, oh my God, I need to find somebody who's going to understand that I'm with him because he helps me take care of my kids. No, he doesn't work and help me financially.
Right.
But he does sit here and watch these kids while I go work and support us all financially. And yes, I can juggle with another relationship. And yes, I can be with somebody else. And yes, you can come hang out with me. He'll be here. And I guess it depends a little bit, too, on the comfort level. As a man, how comfortable are you going to the house where you know that this woman lives with her baby's father? Probably not too much.
Well, for the most part, most dudes live with the mind concept that they can fuck their baby mother whenever the fuck they feel like it.
Okay.
That's how most dudes pretty much go about living their day in their lives. That there's just something that can be done on key anytime they want.
Okay.
So, it's hard for a guy to believe in something, then turn right around and put himself in the same situation.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I asked him, how would you feel? Like, what's up with your baby mother?
Right.
And he's like, oh, well, she just had another abortion. She's messing with some other dudes. And I'm like, how much do you value yourself? Like, like, how much do you value yourself to be able to tell people on Facebook, well, yeah, she's just had her second abortion, and this is like the third guy I know for a fact she's messed with.
He posted that?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's spiteful right there. I mean, if she didn't post it, it doesn't really have anything to do with you. So this is what I tell people, like, a lot of people get upset and get angry about certain things, because especially if you spend time with a person, you put a lot of work into it, and it didn't work out for whatever reason, and you start to get that petty shit going.
Yeah.
To where a lot of things don't really happen the way you want, so you're mad, you're upset, and now everybody got paid for it.
Right. I mean, but listen. He also went live several times this past summer during the pandemic. Him, her, and their son on vacation in Maryland, in the hotel room up in the Poconos. Like, they still be doing family trips and shit together.
Well, that tells you something right there. He's not done.
He swears he is. I'm like, yo, okay. I'll keep it a buck. He's been trying to get with me for a long time.
Right.
I'm not fucking with nobody in that situation.
Well, my thing is, again, like, if you weren't bothered by the fact that, she is with someone, you wouldn't be posting the fact that she had another abortion.
Right.
Because you wouldn't care. I really had an abortion. All right, now make sure you take your pills and your medicine and shit, and go ahead and birth the baby. I'm out. So, it's why I say, like, you got to give a person the opportunity to really be the person they're telling you they are.
Right.
Because you have a lot of people that say, oh, I'm strong, and I'm this, and I'm that. And then once you actually be around them and you actually get the opportunity to see them interact, you see the complete opposite of it.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Because, you have so many people who think they have to give you the person they think you want to see, instead of, like, this is who I am. And if this is not for you, I understand that. It's cool. I don't think less of you. Mm-hmm. But I need to find someone that it is cool with. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So that's what it really pretty much goes down to.
I mean, where he had me sold was when, he called me or messaged me and I want you to leave your baby's father and I want you to be with me and we're going to have kids together. I'm going to give you one of my kids. Nigga, you still taking family trips with your fucking baby mother and y'all live together. I mean, not that I entertained him at all, because I'm to the point where if you're not like 6'7", I don't even want you talking to me. But he I don't under. I'm
no,
quite sure there's other people that he tries to get with too.
Oh, absolutely. But like I said, in that case, it's different because you can tell this person, again, with posting what this young lady's going through in her personal life, lets you know that he's not done.
Right.
Now, if you knew nothing about that, then it go, oh, hey, nice little family outing. Okay, cool.
Right.
But the fact that you're posting personal stuff, you're a little bitter. You
Yeah.
still, you still got a little torch right there. It may be a lighter, may not be a full torch, but or instant burn, but you got some heat there.
If I'm a man and I'm living with my baby's mother and she's coming home telling me that she's pregnant by another dude, and this is gonna be now her second abortion that she's had by somebody else.
Right.
I'm not taking you on no fucking family vacation.
Why not? I could care less. As long as
Why are we doing anything as a family?
Whatever you do that doesn't affect our household, I don't care.
I'm not doing anything with you. If I'm only there for the kid, what the fuck we going on vacation for? If I'm only there to
Well, I mean, see, again, like we talked, especially with your situation, you've always been honest about it.
yeah.
You have a lot of people who feel like having both parents in there and still doing the family thing makes kids right. But again, you have to get along.
Mm-hmm.
You got just two people who just hate each other in the same household, you create more hate.
Right.
But for them, if they still can get along, like I remember one time before the pandemic, Darrell had his summer league, his bowling league.
Mm-hmm.
And his mother showed up with her daughter, her brand new son. And I'm chasing the little boy around, and Michelle's talking to the daughter. Then she has a little boy, and you see a lot of people shocked. The fact that, you have, okay, my ex, she's there with Michelle, and everyone's getting along, and she's playing with my ex's kid, and everyone's joking and laughing, and a lot of times you see people going at each other's throats, and it's not about that.
Yeah.
I mean, just because people have past don't mean that they want to make it, bring the past into the present.
Right.
We had what we had, we have a child out of it, and we move on.
I'm not having. I don't know. First of all, if regardless of how long me and Henry have been broken up,
Right.
if our kid is having a function and he pulls up with another bitch, she's getting cursed the fuck out.
Well, I mean,
And
it
she's
means
not
you still
talking
got
to her.
feelings.
No, that's not a
What is-
respect.
What's the respect?
That's not a respect.
How is that respect? You're the parent. He's the parent.
He shouldn't bring her.
Why not?
Because
if she's
she
a part of
wasn't-
his life.
Listen, okay. But she wasn't a part of their life when.
Yes.
I'm not
Yes.
doing it. I can't get mad.
If that's the person, and then people kill me with this. Like, when I went to pick my son up, his mother's boyfriend was out there. We say what's up to each other. Hey, what's good, man? May have a a little drink or whatever. That's who she's with. It is what it is.
This is the reason why, for many years, I didn't even want to deal with men with kids, and I've talked about this.
Yeah.
And this is one of the reasons why I don't fucking want to meet your kids. I don't give a fuck about what they're doing. I don't care about their mothers. I don't care about none of that
Well, if
shit.
you're dating somebody with kids, you're dating the whole family.
I don't give a fuck about their kids, about any of their. That's just me.
Well, at the end of the day, you have a son and you have a daughter, and they have siblings not just from you but from their father. And at the end of the day, that's still their. They're still, I don't care. I don't believe in that half shit. That's your brother, and that's your sister, and you would want you should want them to have a great bond. It doesn't have to be great, but you should want them to know each other.
Of course, that's 100% okay. But
Which means you have to be around.
I'm just not. I mean, okay, all right. I'm just not one. The last time I pulled up at a family function with my baby's father and his other kids, I ended up getting my wig pulled off and laughed at.
Who did it?
You said what?
Who pulled it off?
Delaney.
Oh, he pulled it off?
Yes.
Well, then your beef was with him, not with the baby mothers or the kids.
I just. me being the type of person that I am, I just be on my snotty shit from the start because, from jump I know that I'm like number 5, and there are no perks of being the 5th. But I never wanted that situation anyway, so
understood. I mean, again, it's unique, it's hard. But what I tell people when you see this post, you think about it. Just think about it. Like, and we've all cheated, and we all been cheated on. And then look at the psych, the things that were going on in your head and your mind at the time that all this is happening. At the end of the day, a person's going to do what they want to do.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And this guy might actually truly want to create something, but you have to come to the table with something, homie. Like, if your baby mother's paying you or something, I'm not saying you got to have money, but sooner or later, you're going to have to take a young lady out. Treat her to the movies, dinner, something, and if you got to go to your baby mother to get the money, that's sad. You can get a part-time job or something, homie.
Or she's going to want to know after a while, like, yo, why you don't ever have me come to the crib? Type shit.
Well, you know what I do like about this guy, again, is the honesty of it.
Yeah.
And, a lot of times in relationships, what we always say is we just want to meet someone who's honest. So if a person could be this honest and you like him physically already because you started talking to him or conversating with him, and the fact that he can hit you with such this honesty and you drawn off by it, that's crazy to me. That's crazy to me.
Oh, yeah.
Someone that open and honest with you about that situation and you're finding issues and problems with it, I don't get it.
Yes, because like
no, I'm talking about for people who say I want find someone who's honest, and if you already start talking to, because I tell people the moment you start now, not every time a person jokes and laughs with you means they're attracted to you, they want to get with you. But if you're on a level where you're trying to create something with someone, and then that was the deal breaker, but you wanted someone who was open and honest, and that's one of the ultimate honest things you can do. You got people that lied to you about. I got lied to about someone taking shit out the freezer. I got lied to about laundry. Like, the shit people are lying to, and you got someone that's open and honest, sign me the fuck up.
Okay. Here's my issue with it. Trust and insecurity. There is not ever going to be a night that we speak that I'm not going to want to see where you're sleeping, where you're laying your head, where I'm not going to be 100% secure in my mind knowing that you haven't slipped in that
see, but
room.
then it's not his actions that are making you feel that way. It's your actions. Your insecurities is making... It's just like, remember back in the days we were little, it looked like somebody ran across the door? Or you think somebody running behind you?
Yes.
In your mind, you think it's so hard that your mind actually shows it to you. That's how powerful the mind is.
Your word.
You know what I mean?
Yo.
That's how powerful the mind is.
Is that how you explain that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because that's how powerful the mind is. Like, and that's where it tells people, like, the fact that as humans, we only use 38, 25% of our brain.
Yeah.
And then, like, if you think on something so hard, you actually start to. So, like, again, you're creating the issues there. He didn't. You're wondering where he's at, where this is at, where that is at. Like, I remember when me and my son's mother, I was in Virginia, I came back up. I asked her to marry me. And she was living with her boyfriend at the time when they broke up. But they were living in the same place. And I went back to Virginia. I was cool with it.
So, you don't think anything happened?
If I couldn't prove it, or I wasn't there, like, you got to be open and honest with yourself. This is what I tell people all the time. You know what I mean? You have to do the best you can and hope that person's doing the best. Whenever I called, there was no hesitation, he answered. So I just gave her the benefit of the doubt, and we've had hella history. So again, you're going to do what you're going to do anyway, regardless. But I'm going to give you that, and everything was working towards her moving back down and what she did, which didn't last. But at the end of the day, you're telling me this, because, like, once you know a person, you know a person. Like, you know when someone's doing something and when they're not. But then again, your whole, your insecurities and make it look like somebody else doing something. Because that's how you think all men are or all women are. And a lot of times we don't want to be put into that category. Don't put me in the category with all men, all women.
Okay,
but you do that shit.
You're doing the shit that's making it look like...
No, you're not. What is he doing? It's not like he's calling you and be like, well, you got to lift my balls to shave underneath it. Yeah, babe, what you were saying? He's not saying no shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're not hearing no, like, nigga, why you on the phone and you just fuck this pussy type shit? Like, you're not hearing conversations like that. You know what I mean? But like I said, again, I've done some fucked up shit in my life, and I've been around a lot of fucked up individuals that women thought these guys were the greatest gift, and women too, the greatest gift that ever was given, and they were the worst individuals in the world. They just knew the person they were dating. They knew the person they were dealing with.
Savior.
And they knew how to work you.
Yeah.
So they worked your mental capacity.
Yeah. All right, a couple of more comments on here.
Let's go.
Shout out to Joy Grader. She says, abso-fucking-lutely not.
Come on, Joyce.
Shout out to Ray P. She said, absolutely not. She said, I barely want to deal with the dude that has kids in general.
Here's my thing. Does she have kids?
Yeah.
Then I don't want to hear that shit.
Me too. I'm the same way.
I don't want to hear it. I'm not saying just because it's you here or whatever. You know me.
Yeah.
You can't tell me you don't want to deal with someone in the same situation you in.
Nope. Hell no.
I mean, I understand that's the way you feel.
No.
But I say, like, you couldn't tell me that.
Oh my God. I couldn't deal with no, I don't know. She said, I'm definitely not dealing with a dude that lives with his baby mama. She said, too many variables for me. Plus, I would hate to have to beat the baby mother up over a misunderstanding. Best thing for me is to steer clear. Shout out to Anna Evans. She said, nope, you could be a great dad and not live with your child's mother. I think it is important to respect each other in front of your children, absolutely. Shout out to Jose Reed, he said no. My aunt, shout out to Aunt Angel, she said no. Shout out to Jermaine, he said, damn, that's drama every time I step through the door. Shout out to Wilma, she said, nah, there'll always be doubt and mistrust. Very few situations are what the co-parents actually say it is. And I agree with her. They be lying, man. I know, listen, I'm guilty, okay? I'm guilty. I am guilty of being that chick who has been trying to move on from men in relationships. No, I'm not fucking my baby's father. We have absolutely nothing to do with each other. Meanwhile, the nigga was just eating my ass a few hours earlier.
Well, see, that's the thing.
I'm guilty, and knowing that.
But again, your faults are trying to be blasted on someone else's.
Because I know how women get down.
There's no how women get down. Like, here's the thing. Like, that's why I tell people, like, the way a lot of these guys move these days, I always tell you can always tell who never really had pussy. Because they do any and everything for it. They're just thirsty, swiper no swiping type shit. Like, if you had pussy on a regular basis, good looking women, sexy this and that shit ain't nothing for you. Because I tell people all the time, and I say it time and time again, that 15 minutes, 20 minutes, hour, 2.5 hours, after that person nuts, what else do you have? I don't care what kind of box you got, what kind of stick you got, you not fucking 24 hours. It's not happening. So after that was a couple of hours of incitement, what else is there?
Intimacy.
What
it
intimacy?
Might not be nothing for you because you don't know what the fuck it is because you don't do it.
I do intimacy.
Oh, you do?
I do. I don't cuddle.
My intimacy is different. What do you think intimacy is?
Intimacy ain't just cuddling.
Oh my God. Yo, intimacy is being intimate. Like, Intimate, not you on one side of the bed and me over here.
No, get the fuck off me. Like, there's no reason for you to be on me. If we ain't fucking, move.
So how can we be? Yo,
That's no.
I do intimacy. Shut
I
up.
know, but I say everybody's intimacy. Like, some people like to have their feet rubbed, some don't. Some are ticklish.
After
Everybody,
sex?
I'm not talking about in general. Everyone has things they like and they don't like.
You said after you busting up, what else is there to do? Snuggle, cuddle, spoon, intimacy.
Fuck out of here.
Touch.
Jump in the shower.
No, you want to be touching each other with all of that.
The fuck off of me.
With all that wet goodness all over each.
Absolutely not.
Sometimes, if it's done the right way, you can't even walk afterwards. You can't walk.
Listen. Listen.
You have to just lay there.
You can lay on your side, lay on my side. We can lay in the wet spot together. I don't give a fuck, but at the end of the day, get your fucking hands off me.
Oh my god, yo, yeah. Yo, he's a damn mess, man.
Savage.
I don't believe it.
Oh,
Yo, he's like a little teddy bear. I know he be cuddling and shit.
fuck out of here.
I don't.
You
believe
could go back to, I think the last time I ever did some dumb shit like that was maybe my marriage. When I was
said
like
dumb.
20 something.
You
The
sleep
fuck
with
off
You
me.
sleep with a pillow in between your legs?
No. Fuck out of here.
You don't sleep with a pillow in between your legs?
No.
Do you curl your pillow up when you lay on it?
No.
You just lay on a flat pillow?
Yeah.
And
I got them expensive bamboo pillows. My shit's is
Yo.
expensive.
Rich people shit. You always talk about me. I got a fucking $3 pillow from Walmart.
And none of us believe that shit. But go ahead.
Nah, listen, I got the most comfortable pillow in my house. It's got down feathers in it.
Shit's be the truth. I tell people all the time, yo, real
Yes.
talk, if you gonna splurge on something, splurge on a pillow and a mattress.
And a mattress. Yeah, that's what I'm working
Oh,
on.
I'm sorry. Pillow, mattress, and sheets.
Yes. Sheets are important. Like
Ain't nothing in the world like 200 thread count sheets.
200 and up.
2,000. Sorry, 2,000.
I won't get
2003.
anything less than like.
Can't do
Tommy
nothing
Hill-
less than 350.
Well, Tommy Hilfiger used to make a really nice jersey knit sheet, and I loved it. It was nice, but it was only like I think maybe a 180 thread count.
Nah, I can't sleep on that.
It was jersey knit though,
I don't give a
so
fuck.
it was like t-shirt material sheets. It was nice, and I don't know if
I can't sleep on that. I'm bougie, girl. I'm good when it comes to certain stuff. Other stuff, I'm cool. Like, I could care less. Like, unless I'm going out, I could care less what I wear and stuff like that. But when it comes to, like, the bed, I need a great mattress. I need some fierce pillows.
Yeah,
Ain't nothing like some 2,000 thread count sheets.
I agree with
Feel
you.
like you sleeping on clouds.
Luxury, yeah. The type of luxury that you get in a really expensive, nice ass hotel room.
Nah,
100%.
ain't no hotel room giving you no 2,000 thread cut sheets except for I forgot the
Hilton.
name. Nah, Hilton don't give you certain places, certain ones. I'm talking about the big ones. You'll get that, but like Express Hilton and shit, you ain't getting that.
No. And you also not getting nothing anywhere near close to that on Route 46, guys.
I ain't fucking with you. That's like one thread. That's one thread count with a gazillion cum stains.
Oh my God, yo. I would love to just do a project one day and be able to like spray luminol all over the place in a hotel room and let
You
that
don't want to
shit
do
light
that.
up.
You don't want to do that.
Oh my God, I was just thinking about it. I used to spend a lot of time in hotels during my Jamie days.
Right.
And like just to think about how much shit I done probably bought back home, like just in my house from being a hotel booker. It's
Well, I mean, like,
disgusting.
I, even to this day, I tell people it don't matter what hotels you go to, where it's at, expensive. You should always walk around. Even before this pandemic, you should have always been going around with your own disinfectant. You spray everything down before the bed, before you get on the bed, the comforter. You pull the comforter back. You spray the sheets, the pillows, especially the bathroom. You're supposed to spray all that before you get comfortable. You got some people just go and just jump straight on shit.
Yo, listen, the minute I check into a hotel, depending on who I'm with, the first thing I'm doing is fucking. I'm not even unpacking any of my stuff. Like, we about to try this bed out. I remember I stayed in this hotel room in Atlantic City.
Right.
And it had like a terrace and a view of the ocean. We went right out there and fucked right on the terrace floor. This was before COVID, though. This was...
That make a difference. You know how many other people fucked on that same place?
Yeah, probably.
And you see some of the cleaning ladies, them bitches give a fuck.
Oh, my God, yo.
Lady probably 7,000 years old. No, damn well she ain't bending down to wipe the floor. You didn't step in somebody else's nut.
Like, can I get a towel? No!
Exactly. Like
All
this
right.
bitch.
Yeah. All right, so I want to wrap this up here. For my boy, you're not ever, unless you have the mentality of truth over here, which I still gonna meet somebody who's gonna take you 100% serious in your situation, especially while you're still doing family trips with the baby mother. There is absolutely nothing that justifies the family trips. Now, being that you're living there in the house and you're not living there paying bills and you're there with her mother and her, and you know that there are signs of her being with someone else, to me, it's a you don't know your worth issue. Either that, or she got power over you because she know you ain't got no place to go, and she's done already accepted the fact that you're a house bitch. If you want to be some type of reputable or decent man one day, you will get out there on your own and show her that you can do it by yourself. Not too many females are going to ever understand that situation. I know not too many males in my situation ever did. I find it a lot harder for a man to accept that a woman that he wants to get involved with is living with another man than it is for a man to accept that a woman has multiple kids. And that's just my opinion. So if you ever want to be taken seriously about moving on from the mother of your children, of your child, then perhaps maybe you should move on. My opinion.
Nice.
What do you say, Tarek?
No, I say again. I want people, if not this scenario, it's understandable. But I want your people to truly start looking at relationships, and the honesty you claim you want. Do you actually want? And go about it that way, and don't let your own insecurities destroy the relationship you have, you want in the future, or you currently have, or whatever the situation may be.
Before all of that honesty stuff, though, truth, like, you have to really. I'm really glad that this guy came out and told me that he lives with his baby mother. That makes me feel so good about myself. But how is it going to make me feel as a woman knowing that this guy that I'm ready to get serious with is living with another woman? He can't help that if a woman is not willing to understand and accept that. Like, it's not fair that he doesn't understand why we don't, and he gets mad at women for not being able to comprehend with his situation. Where a lot of these women are out here doing it by themselves without the baby father who's living with us in the house.
Well, maybe that woman wouldn't be able to do it without the guy staying home taking care of the kids, and she doesn't have to worry about daycare and all this other stuff. People don't understand how expensive daycare is.
But she is fucking and having an abortion, so how much thought is she really putting into it?
She don't have to have nobody, because here's the thing, especially living with moms only gonna watch the kids for so long. So you got the baby daddy watching the kids while you out fucking.
Yo, that's basically what it is.
So he need to be fucking too.
Okay, so he's trying to fuck, but he's trying to fuck, and he's trying to have serious relationships, and he wants women to understand his situation. Maybe
he's gonna have. Here's the thing, homie. You need a game plan. You need a game plan. You need to out. What do you have coming in the future that you're not going to be in this household? Because once you and that person that does decide to give it a whirl, once you guys start to get kind of super serious, she gonna say, okay, enough's enough. It's gotta be about us or future or whatever. Or if she has her place, you go stay over there with her, and then when it's time to watch the kids, you go back there.
That's right. Like, how does it work? if you are gonna get serious with somebody, say for instance you end up where it's like my situation where I was in that situation and I was looking to get serious and ended up getting fucking pregnant
Right.
with not just one kid, two. So now, you got your baby father living in the house and now you got
Well, I mean, see, that's
children with
different. Like, if
somebody
you get
else.
pregnant by your baby daddy back to back, and y'all living together, y'all together forever. It's now, I understand one slip up, but the fact that you slipped on that banana pill again, no.
Yo, I know.
I tell you what I say all the time, guys. I say it's not what you tell me, it's what you show me.
Yo, some funny shit. This is really off topic. My brother was married to his wife for years.
Right.
Okay? He had an affair, and out of the affair came my little nephew 16 years ago.
Okay.
And my brother, oh my God, I messed up my family and everything is so bad and I love her and I'm going to try to get her back. So they go through counseling and then they're like, yeah, we're going to do this and we love each other and everything's going to be okay and, everything is good. My brother goes away on vacation to go see the little boy because the mother had taken him and moved him to Florida.
Oh, yeah, that's the ultimate. Oh, I'm going to move miles away from your ass.
Right. She moved away from my brother and was like, you know what? He went back to his wife. He left me. I don't know what the fuck she did, but that weekend, they was out there in Florida.
Right.
A couple weeks later, she pregnant again. My brother was like, yo, it was an accident. Like, okay. Wait. You did all of this to fix your marriage after the first time. You guys did counseling. We're going to work on this.
Well, that just goes to show you already the fact that he already showed that she has a physical control over him because she did it. So here's the thing. Again, we're talking about a man who already cheated on his wife.
Mm-hmm.
And I always tell people all the time, if you forgive a person for cheating, you're giving them permission to do it again.
Okay.
Because you already forgave me for it. So it don't matter how many times I'm going to do it, you're going to forgive me again. You may be mad, you may be upset, but at the end of the day, you're going to take me back.
Right. Okay. But
So the moment, I always tell, that's why I tell my son to this day, I said the best way you can hurt somebody is leaving them the fuck alone.
that's it. Don't say nothing.
You don't put your hands on them, don't touch them, leave them alone.
Ignore 'em, don't-
Oh my gosh, it'd be like they jumped off the Empire State Building. It'd be the worst shit in the world.
Best friend.
Yep.
But that
And then
was
shit like that don't bother me. Like a dude than before, like, yo, I'm fucking your bitch, and
You got my sloppy seconds.
I wouldn't say that because that's stupid to say. That means you bitter.
Shit,
I'm
fuck
like,
that
and
shit.
well, I'm supposed to be mad.
There's been plenty of times I've had to let a bitch know, like, okay, how does my pussy and ass taste? And feet and every fucking thing else I don't put in his mouth. Like, how did it feel to fuck him on the couch that I've already fucking nutted all over?
Right.
Like, see, I'm like that.
I feel you.
Very, very vindictive and evil.
You know me. I think the best way, like I said, is okay. And then because they're looking for the argument, they're looking for the rebuttal. If you take that away from them, I always say, like, if a woman really wants to argue, you won't argue with her. It's the worst shit in the world.
Yes.
She wants to argue, you don't.
Yes, like you have to do it
I
because
pick my phone up, I start laughing at comments. Oh shit, that shit's stupid as hell. You still arguing, I ain't paying you no fucking mind.
Yo, that's horrible.
That's probably why I got stabbed before.
I was about to say, and don't say nothing when something come fucking flying across the room upside your head either. Like, this comment was crazy. Take a picture. But all right, so that was my topic for for next week. And I told you we're talking fetishes next week.
Sound good.
I'm definitely gonna get into it. I found out about the whole Odell Beckham thing like 2 days ago, and I made a comment on I made a post on Facebook.
Yeah,
like,
I saw it. That's why I was asking. I'm like, yo, what we discussing? Because I saw you had put that up.
Yeah.
And that's going really hot right now.
Yeah. I just didn't have enough time. I was able to get the podcast and listen to it and some of the things that were being said, but names and everything else, I wouldn't have been able to get in order by today. I was too fucked up from last night.
Hey, next week we
But
get brawling into the whole fetish stuff.
Yeah, we're going into fetishes, and if you know any freaky, if you have a freaky fetish, let me know. I'd love to talk about it. Absolutely, I have a couple of them, but We'll see. We'll talk about it next week.
My biggest fetish is a bitch paying bills. All right.
Yeah, right? Great. Now I need a whole bunch of those. My biggest fetish is a nigga who don't fucking lie.
Good luck with that one.
Yeah, no. All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in to this week's edition of Girl Talk with Goddess. See you next week.